Should I relax or should I lock in?
Playing middle as a college athlete, I would say, like, the roar of the audience, the best feeling ever.
My faith is everything. It makes me who I am. And I wish that you could talk smack on the golf course. Like, that'd make it so much more fun.
I had some, like, decision paralysis. Should I sleep or should I do the schoolwork?
There's momentum goes both ways, right? So if you start winning a lot, that momentum is positive. If you start losing a lot, get that losing momentum. And we just got to find a way to overcome that.
Let's be great today, Lions.
Yes, sir. Welcome to a Live Tap podcast. I'm your host, Damian Traylor, and today I have Silas Sandles tapping in with me. Welcome to the show, Silas.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Brother?
It's been a minute. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro. How's life been so far?
Life is ghetto. This adulting thing, I don't want it. Y'all can have it back. I hate paying bills. I try to get to work on time every day. 9 times out of 10, I'm not on time for work. It's
not
bad.
On time?
No, I'm like 5 to 10 minutes late, but like it's not too bad. It's not too bad though. But yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle out here for real.
You were a student here at Piedmont last year. But my question is to start off, can you tell me your major, class of graduation, and what sports you played?
So I was a sports communications major, graduated this past May, class of 2024, and I played tennis. Played all 4 years, wouldn't change it.
You played tennis?
I did play tennis. So I'm repping it. Piedmont University tennis, baby.
No, that's real. Even though you graduated last year, you're still doing big things around the Piedmont community. Can you inform the audience what you do now?
So before I graduated, I got an offer to work in financial aid at Piedmont. Worked there for 2 months, and then I got a position opened in admissions, in undergrad admissions. So then I applied for that, ended up getting that, and I've been working there since June. And then towards the end of the summer, the head women's tennis coach wanted me to be his volunteer assistant. So I'm now the women's tennis assistant coach out here. So
yes,
it's a great time.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You got like every job on campus since last year.
Honestly, yeah. I'm everywhere. I have hands in pretty much everything. I got invited to a marketing meeting towards the end of the month. Yeah, but I'm not even going to be here. So I can't even go.
Oh, wait, don't you travel?
I do.
Well?
Yeah. And so with my admissions job, I travel pretty much all over. I have 25 of the 50 United States as my territory, but I travel mostly to North Carolina, South Carolina. We'll be going to Tennessee this semester, and then like the Midwest of Georgia-ish. So I have like Cobb County. I don't even know. I have a bunch of different counties in Georgia. But yeah, we like added it up. Last semester, I drove over 7,000 miles in the Piedmont car. I went to Florida. I went to Alabama, North Carolina, bro. South Carolina.
I'll be seeing you post them.
I was all over the place.
This dude be everywhere.
I don't know how many high schools I went into, but hey, we here.
But I want to give you a shout out personally, man. For,
appreciate it, son.
All right, bro. I want to give you a shout out personally, man, because I did sail as a freshman, and you were my navigator.
You're my son.
All right, bro.
Brought you into this world.
All right. And everybody who's watching right now, man, I just want to say this guy definitely showed me the college lifestyle my freshman year, man. I'll never forget it. I had some fun times with this guy for sure, man.
You gotta show when people come on campus, it don't look like much. You gotta show them like, hey, there is stuff to do here. You just gotta find the right people. Once you find the right people, it's raps.
I got a question though, man. I want the people to understand and know as well. Your navigator story you told us. You said you fell off of a car and did what to your shoulder? You broke your collarbone?
Broke my collarbone. Have a nice little scar.
Can you tell us that story and how that happened?
So my junior year here at Piedmont, me and my teammates, we went to weights in the Commons. And if you're not from Piedmont, you don't know where Piedmont is. We're in Demorest, Georgia, in the mountains. Everything is on a hill.
Facts.
The Commons is at the bottom of this huge hill. And we had weights, and then we had practice right after. We had 10 minutes to go from weights to practice, whether you do whatever you want in that 10-minute time period. So I lived in Plymouth, which is on top of the giant hill, and two of my friends lived up there, and then one of our other friends, he didn't live over there, but he drove his car to the Commons. We all walked. And instead of me getting inside of said vehicle, I decided in my stupidity, it was being fun. I've done it before, didn't hurt myself. I stood on the side of the car. It was a Jeep. Grabbed the roof racks, stood on the foot ledge, and was riding up the hill. We hit like the curves at the top, and I slipped off.
Bro.
And was running on the concrete, and then I tripped and fell on my shoulder and snapped my collarbone in half.
That sound painful.
It didn't hurt.
But
I guess adrenaline.
His message to us as freshmen was to not make stupid decisions. So I definitely took that into my freshman year. And,
don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, guys. Please don't. Please don't be stupid. I did that the week of the biggest conference match that we had that season.
Bro, you're wild.
And I was supposed to play, but instead I was in surgery.
On to the sports questions. How do you juggle a student? Well, how did you juggle the student athlete lifestyle?
I did horrible juggling student athlete lifestyle. I'm just gonna be 1,000% honest. My freshman year, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I had an 8 a.m. and a 9 a.m. Those were the only two classes I had that on those days. I would say 9:05. I was back in my dorm. I took my shoes off, took my socks off. If I was wearing sweats, I took them off, and I crawled back into bed, and I would sleep from like 9:05 to like 3 o'clock. Wake up. If the caf was open, if I woke up before when like lunch was open, I would go and get lunch. If not, I would wake up, just kind of chill in my room, then go to practice, and then come back to my room and do homework.
Yeah,
but I slept like crazy.
Because my next question was, did you struggle with time management throughout your college career?
My freshman year, I did. After that, I learned, like, I can't be sleeping 6 hours a day, like, throughout the day.
Throughout the day,
I can't do that. So
night, for sure.
I was like, I need to go ahead and figure this out. So I gave myself a little bit of a harder schedule the following year, and naps became more sporadic. Naps were a luxury rather than a need. So I was taking, like, 16 to 18 credit hours the rest of the time that I was here, and it was a lot of hard work, a lot of sleepless nights.
Who influenced you to play tennis?
I wouldn't really say anybody kind of influenced me. I mean, they kind of did. My cousin played, and he was part of this program where they do like free lessons for students, for kids from 5 to 18. And if you've never played, they'll teach you how to play and all this stuff. And one summer, he was like, y'all should just come out and just check it out. So my dad was like, let's do it. So we went, fell in love with the sport. I learned about this dude named Arthur Ashe. If you don't know who Arthur Ashe is, look him up.
I'll do that.
He's a black tennis player. He broke barriers in the sport, and for the longest, I was like, I'm going to UCLA, just like Arthur Ashe did, and I'm going to go pro, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But here we are. So, like, that summer, I played tennis. I played a tournament at the end of that summer, and I got third, and I cried like a baby. Like, my feelings was hurt.
You got top 3.
My feelings was hurt. I didn't win. Like, what? Like, at that point, I was playing basketball. I had played football. I was begging my parents to let me run track. So I already had that competitive spirit.
You played basketball?
I did.
Like actually basketball?
Like actual basketball.
Like actually in-game?
Like in-game. I was making like 20 points a game at like 8 years old.
All right.
Like, I was a ball hog. People would give me the ball, and I would take it in, lay it up. Bro, would I make it every time? No.
I've seen you play basketball, bro.
Hey, when I was 8, it was a whole lot better.
Okay.
I'm 22. I don't play basketball.
Can you tell me what makes tennis unique from other sports?
Tennis is a very individualized sport. When it comes to like in juniors, you're by yourself. You're playing singles. You may have a doubles partner if you're playing in a tournament that has doubles. But other than that, it's all about you. It's about what you do, how you train, how you play. And it's all pretty much on you, which is kind of the aspect I liked because, like I said, I played basketball, but I was a ball hog. I wanted to be the star. So if I wasn't the star, there was a problem. So with tennis, I was able to be like, oh, it's all on me. I'm always going to be the main focus of attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for me. But then when you get to college, it's a whole different thing because you go from the strictly being individual, playing tournaments monthly or every 2 weeks. I was playing tournaments every 2 weeks at one point. Yeah. Don't recommend. You get to college and it's a whole team aspect. It's not just about you winning. You need yourself plus your 5 other teammates that are on court with you winning also in order to get the dub. So that's what I like about it. It was a great time.
What made you come to Piedmont? Bro.
I struggled in my recruiting process. I wouldn't say I started late, but like the way I played tennis, like I would say I'm a pretty decent tennis player. But my aspirations of where I wanted to play tennis did not match my skill level. Okay. So, like,
you want to go to UCLA.
I want to go to UCLA. My sophomore year of high school, I was like, I'm going to Texas, I'm going to Baylor, or UCLA. That's where I'm going. And, like, these dudes, most of them are in California on team retreats. Mm-hmm. I'm here in the mountains going to work. But, like, once I got into my mindset, like, okay, I have to find somewhere to go. I'm not going to be able to play at these places. Like, that's not going to work. So I was at a tournament in Florida, and the then coach at William Peace University in Raleigh, North Carolina, she approached me and was like, hey, I would love for you to join our team. This is that and the third. Here's some information. Reach out to me if you're interested. And I was like, ooh, my first college offer? Like, let's go. I said, we got to go to North Carolina. We got to go check this out. We got to go. Well, a couple of weeks before I went to North Carolina, I went to a showcase in Austin, Texas, and Piedmont was there. And Trey, shout out to Trey Martin really got me here. He talked up Piedmont so much, and William Peace was actually in our conference. And they were like, William Peace isn't all that good, but like, you should just go and see and then come and check us out afterwards. And I was like, all right, cool. Went to William Peace. Hated it. It was horrible.
Oh, my God.
It was so bad. Disclaimer, William Peace, thank y'all for putting me on this journey. But, yeah, no, I did an overnight thing. I met some of the people on the team, stayed the night on campus. The guy that I stayed the night on campus with ended up buying me alcohol. Keep in mind, I'm a fresh 17-year-old
high
schooler, never drank, never smoked, none of that. Like, I'm new to this. I was like, my life is tennis and school. That was it. I didn't party, none of that. So dude bought me alcohol, and he was like, oh, you should have a drink, And I was like, nah, I don't really know y'all like that. Like, I'm not finna drink. Y'all on something else. And then he was like, oh, let's go to NC State. It's like 10 minutes up the road. He's like, let's go to NC State to a frat party. And I was like, you're bugging. No, I'm not going to NC State for a frat party. We're not doing that.
No, they wild.
Wild. Crazy. This is like January. Like, everybody just got back on campus. Like...
Yeah, shout out to you, man. You ain't never do that with me. I appreciate it.
They bugging. Man. So the dude I stayed night with, he got blackout drunk. I ended up having to take care of him, and I stayed up to like 3 a.m. By 8 a.m. I had a tour, and it just didn't seem right for me. And then I hit with the team. Their team wasn't all that good, and I was like, I'm not finna be on a crappy team. Like, that's not. I don't want to do that. So then I came to Piedmont, and everybody was nice. Everybody, was talking to me. I stayed the night on campus. They didn't offer me to go drink or go to no parties or nothing. Yeah. I felt safe. I had fun. I went to Walmart with people. Like, it was just random stuff. I was saying...
I went to Walmart with people.
I was staying at the freshman dorm, and they were like, you want to go to Walmart? And I was like, yeah, let's go to Walmart. Like, why not? And they was screaming, we was singing music, we was playing songs, singing songs, and different things like that. And I just fell in love with the place. And I didn't want to leave. When I knew I didn't want to leave, I was like, okay, this has to be the place for me. So, been here ever since. That was a week before the world shut down with COVID. So Piedmont was the last school I visited.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that was God telling you, this
is what it's meant to be. Yeah.
My next question is, last year you were a senior. What role did you have or wanted to have to impact the team last year?
All 4 years that I was here, I was mostly the hype man. I'm the loudest one on the team.
Oh, we know. Oh, we know. I was at some of them games.
I will lose my voice no matter what team we're playing. We could be playing the trashiest team on our schedule, and I will still be screaming like we are at basically our Super Bowl. So, like, I wanted to be captain. Didn't happen. But I kind of took on that kind of leadership role in a way. Even though I didn't have, like, the regards of, like, being a captain, I still was, like, trying to lead some things.
Wait, hold on. So you weren't captain at all?
No.
Like, oh, no.
I was not. I was not.
All right.
I could have been captain, but I didn't show up to workouts for a good minute.
That
so
sound about
people
right.
kind of held that against me
I'm not
and
gonna lie, you
didn't
always
vote me
late,
captain.
I'm actually surprised you pull up on time. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised about it too.
Y'all had a record of 19-7, while also going undefeated in conference.
That was our record for real.
Yeah,
I don't remember the record.
Y'all was 19-7. That's what it said on the site.
Yes, if it's true. I mean,
I be doing
I'm
my
pretty sure it
homework.
is. You did, because I don't remember our record.
You on the team.
I know. I don't remember our record.
Y'all also went. Did you know y'all went undefeated in conference?
Yes, because we got a ring.
Okay. Okay. Y'all had a record 19-7 last year, while also going undefeated in conference. What was the key to your individual and team success?
It was just the culture that we had around, like, our team. Like, everybody had a mutual respect for everybody. And I would say with the men's tennis team here, we pride ourselves, like, you know, everybody's going to fight. Everybody's not going to agree on something. And I would say, like, I had, like, 13 brothers. Like, them guys annoyed the crap out of me at times, to where I'm like, why am I doing this? But then, like, we'll get on court, and it's like, you wouldn't even know that I had beef with one of my teammates. It was like we had that mutual respect of, like, you know, if you're on court, I'm going to support you, no matter if I'm pissed off at you or not. And so us being behind each other like that, 10 toes down, essentially, just really made it a whole lot better. It made it a lot more fun, and people were able to play a lot more freely.
What was your most memorable part of your senior year playing tennis? Playing tennis, not outside of tennis. I know you got stories after stories after stories.
Oh, I got some grab.
I was there for some of them, so let's just say while we're playing tennis.
While playing tennis, okay. Most memorable. With the guys, I would say was when we beat Covenant for the first time. Let me put this into perspective for y'all. I was at Piedmont for 4 years. In my 4 years at Piedmont, we were 0-5 against Covenant.
Oh my God.
0-5. So we played them in the last match of the regular season. We needed to beat them. We were both 5-0. We needed to beat them in order to clinch the regular season and get the 1 seed in the tournament. So they came to us playing doubles. We were down 2-1 or up 2-1, something like that. It was close. Somebody had 2, somebody had 1. We were yeah. And we were able to pull it out in the end, ended up beating them, what was it, 7-2, 7-6-3?
Yeah.
One of them, yeah. We ended up pulling it out and beating them. So I think that was like one of the most memorable things. Oh, and another one. We played Barry, I think it was my sophomore year, and Barry's good. Yep, they got some dogs on their team. And we were down 3-0 coming out of doubles, and they only needed 2 matches to win. We needed 5. All 6 of the singles matches that went on, I wasn't playing, sadly, but all 6 of the singles matches that went on all ended up going into a third set tiebreaker, and they had to play full third sets. And we ended up winning all 6 of those matches, winning the match 6-3. And I was like, it was just insane. Like, nobody had voices at the end of the day. Like, it was insane.
W comeback?
W comeback.
What impact did Coach Williams have on you personally and your team overall?
He really changed our perspective. Like, when Matt got here, we were a divided team. It was the underclassmen and the upperclassmen. The underclassmen hung out with themselves. The upperclassmen hung out with themselves. And not to, like, crap on our coach before that, but, like, he really didn't care about the off-court stuff. It was about how you played on court and how we were as a team on court. Matt really put into perspective, if you want to be great teammates, great doubles partners to each other, you have to hang out not just on court and when we're on these trips, you also have to do stuff outside of that. So, like, he really changed the culture around of, like, the juniors inviting us over to their apartment to watch a football game, or us all going out to eat after a match and making everybody come and go get food. Because before that, it was like, you know, we're going to get food. If you want to come, you can come. If you don't, it is what it is. But, like, he forced us, like, hey, go out, talk. We couldn't have our phones at dinners. We couldn't be on our phones during matches. Like, you had to be in the moment with everybody. So I feel like that really changed the culture and really helped us prevail. So, yeah.
Man, you know what? Because, like, everybody be wondering, like, how you be getting all these jobs on campus. My question is, what made you want to get into coaching?
I don't even know, to be honest. I mean, like, you saw me last year. Towards the end, I was always saying, man, I am tired of tennis. I'm done with it. Like, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I'm done playing. And once we had our last match in the finals of conference, sadly we lost. I knew at that point, like, it was my last match competitively ever. Yeah. Well, not ever, but competitively, collegiate-wise, ever. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, cool. And I still have a lot of love for the sport, and, you know, I was like, if an opportunity arises for me to coach, I will. And I kind of coach on the side a little bit, coach a little 5-year-olds, teach them how to play. Mm-hmm. But, like, you know, I still like that competitiveness. So when Trey approached me and was like, hey, like, would you be my volunteer assistant? I was like, without a doubt, yeah. Like, there's no brainer to that. So, like, if I can coach these girls to a 4th conference championship, fingers crossed.
Shout out to the girls.
Shout out to the women's tennis team. Three straight. But hopefully we get a 4th. I was like, I will feel like I have actually done something bigger than myself with this sport. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, because I was just about to ask, how did you do you have a backstory how you got the job?
How I got the job coaching?
Yeah, like, how do you have like a backstory? Like,
oh no, Trey just texted me one day over the summer and was like, "You want to be my assistant?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so here we are.
I mean, that's real.
He was like, "I'll pay for your hotel and pay for your food," and I was like, "Bet, let's do it."
Also, you travel with them too.
Yeah, so whenever they go to matches, I'll travel with them. If I'm here, I'm able to do it.
Okay. On to the mental side questions now. This is like the important, like, you know, side. So.
Okay. I'm focused.
Take me serious.
I can't. But I can be focused.
All right. Do you feel like mental health is important in the sports world?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, a sport like tennis can definitely get lonely. Like I said, you kind of feel like you're by yourself, especially in juniors. So, you know, you really got to take that time and, like, knowing, like, you know, say you practice 7 days a week. You got to know, like, okay, I have this big tournament coming up. Let me practice 6 days, take an off day, and then, you know, ease myself into this tournament and do stuff like that. So, you know, you got to know when to take breaks and when enough is enough for you. Don't overexert yourself, because that's how people burn out.
Yeah. Has there been a moment throughout your sports career where your mental health was affected by your sport? If so, how did it impact you?
Yeah, I would say when I was hurt, when I broke my collarbone, that was a dark time for me. Because, I mean, tennis was all I knew. Tennis was my life. It was I wouldn't say it was my personality, but at the same time, it kind of was my personality. It was like, if I didn't play tennis, what was I going to do? What am I doing? So being away from the sport really impacted me mentally, because it was just like, you know, I have nothing to do anymore. Like, yeah. I go to class and I just go back to my room. I was like, this is boring.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep doing this. So, yeah, that was pretty much that. I mean, I kind of had a little burnout towards the end, but that was just because I've been doing this for 15 years. So it's like,
damn.
I was just mentally and physically, I was tired.
See, bro, that's why we call you on, bro. 15 years is crazy.
I'm only 22. I'm only 22.
Oh, bro, you unk around here. Did you, like, if you did, how did you overcome this adversity, though?
So when I was hurt, I was still showing up to practice, so I was still involved. I was still watching. I was still watching like any of the matches that we recorded just to kind of keep myself still filled in with the loop. And then I surrounded myself with my teammates. A couple of them lived in the dorm that I lived in, so I hung out with them pretty much every night. And ultimately, they became my roommates the next year.
Oh,
Mike and Jack. Yeah. Mike and Jack. Shout out to Mike and Jack.
Y'all facts. Shout out to Mike and Jack, man. If y'all ever pull up to the Mon again, bro, y'all gotta hang out again. Give me some good
But
time.
yeah, I hung out with them pretty much every night, and you know, whenever I was down, they made me laugh, and I was like, all right, cool. Like this is great. So
I ain't gonna lie, Jack, mad funny. What makes having confidence an important factor in being an athlete?
I'm sorry, what?
What makes having confidence an important factor in being an athlete?
If you're not confident, you can't play to the best of your ability. Like, I can remember there was matches where I was absolutely terrified to the point where my hand is shaking with my racket in my hand. And, like, if I was that nervous, I played like crap.
Yeah.
So to get out of my head, you know, breathe and different things like that, once I gained a little confidence, I was able to play more like myself and still be able to support my team in the way they needed to be supported and still do my job on court.
Do you think your sport has helped shape or grow you as a person?
Oh, most definitely. I'm already very outspoken and loud. I'm friends with pretty much everybody. I like to talk, I like to be around.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Before you finish, I was his Voyager, which mean like he was like my
Who's your mentor?
Yeah, my mentor or whatever. So I had to be around him like all the time last year as a freshman. Bro, and I tell you, I walked with this dude into the student commons. If anybody know the student commons at Piedmont, that's where like basically everybody be at, especially around like 12 o'clock during weekdays.
Lunch, fire.
Bro, I think it was a Friday, bro. I kid you not. I'm walking with him. Bro, everybody's walking up to you. I'm like, bro, is this dude like...
I'm him. I'm him. I'm
like,
sorry.
Is this dude like the most famous guy on campus? And then another thing I seen couple weeks back, why are you on you're on the Mount Rushmore at Piedmont or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
I
Because
said,
I'm famous.
Yo, I'd never seen that
Who's on your
before.
Piedmont Mount Rushmore? Who was the only student?
I'd never seen that before. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
I'm him. They also put me up there saying they were thankful for me. I was their king. Our King Silas was the verbatim post.
No, that's crazy. No, I remember that one night I went to the village, man. Y'all I think it was after y'all senior day, and I seen this girl pull up. I'd never seen her before, and she had on a whole Silas shirt with your face splattered all over. I'm like, what is going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm
like,
him. I'm him.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. But on to the burning questions, man. These like little funny, quick questions. You know, you can go ahead, crack up again. Did you have any other offers from any schools outside of Piedmont?
Yes. Coppin State in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
It's a Division I HBCU, and I was like, I'm going to go to HBCU. I'm going to go D1. This is that and the third. I told my parents about it. We had a Zoom call with the coach and a couple of the players, and I'll never forget this. This is the funniest thing ever. My dad pops in on the call. I'm sitting in the kitchen to have it on Zoom. He's just cooking and stuff. He stops cooking, comes and stands next to me. He's like, Coach, I got a question. And she goes, what's up? He's like, so I've seen The Wire. If you don't know what The Wire is, it's like a gangster movie that was like back in the 90s or early 2000s that was based out of Baltimore. And Baltimore is not the safest of places, especially at night. So he was like, I've seen The Wire. How would you protect my son if he went off campus? And she was like, well, I can protect him if he's on campus, but as soon as he steps off campus,
It's fair game.
I can't really
fair
help
game.
him. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And I thought the call was well. I was like, you know what? I'm ready to sign my name on the dotted line. Like, let's go. My dad looked at me. He's like, you're not going to Baltimore.
Hey, no, shout out Pops, man. I heard Baltimore be getting wicked out there.
I was like, what do you mean? He was like, nah. He said, it'll be just your luck. You get robbed and you'll be ready to come back. And I was like, you right. So that next week I had to send her an email and be like, hey, so sorry, but like, I can't do it. I had a school in Texas, Mary Hardin Baylor. They are all right, but I didn't want to stay in Texas. And then in an IA school in Kansas. I can't even remember the name of the school.
You trying to move to the middle of nowhere?
These are the people who reached out to me.
Oh,
I wasn't reaching out to them.
You trying to go to the middle of nowhere?
No, I wanted to go to FAMU. Florida A&M was my dream school. But then when I was supposed to be getting recruited, they did away with their men's tennis program. So I was like, well, cool. Here we are.
So be it.
But yeah, he wanted me bad. The guy from Kansas, he offered me, I got an athletic scholarship. They were giving me academic money. But they had a team of like 30 plus guys. And I asked him straight up, I was like, if I were to step on foot on campus today on your roster, would I play? Whether it's doubles, singles, whatever. He goes, you'd probably be like number 9, 10. And I was like, so you're telling me I wouldn't start? And he was like, probably not. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, probably not.
A week later, I was like, I'm so sorry. I regret to inform you. I've chosen to go a different direction. And by that time, I already committed to Piedmont. And he was like, where are you going? And I was like, Piedmont University. Never heard back from him.
My next question is, say you're coming back from a long road trip. This is like a question for you like last year, Silas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say you're coming back from a long road trip and Coach Williams say, I got sprints when y'all get back. But didn't give y'all a reason as to why. What or who do you think the reason may be for y'all having to run sprints?
Brent Sherman.
Oh, my mom.
Either Brent Sherman or Simon Johnstone. And I can give you
shout out my
reasons
dogs,
for
man.
both of them. Shout out to both of them.
Hey, shout
Love
out
them
my
to
dogs,
death.
for sure.
I will 10 toes down, I will be behind them on whatever they're doing.
Brent a wild guy. I ain't go.
We're going to go with Simon first. That's a shorter explanation.
Yeah.
Simon would lose his crap on court. And Matt will be pissed off. And he will make us all run for it because we're a team. Cool, whatever. Blase, blase. Brent Sherman, on the other hand.
That's a different beast.
He's
man.
a different breed.
He different. Bro, different.
He's a different breed.
I can't wait to get him on.
Brent literally asked us one day last semester, do you think there are bees that are allergic to pollen?
That sounds like some Brent.
We all looked at him and was like, what? He was like, bro, like, you know how people are allergic to pollen? Do you think there's some bees that are allergic to pollen? And I was like, Brent, they're literally the ones moving the pollen. Like, there's no way that they could.
Yeah, I remember this one time, bro. It was like Halloween weekend, and we were out or whatever, and Brent, like, he, like, seen this girl running by, and, like, I don't know if bro was off the rocks or what, but I remember him
Probably was.
All I remember him saying is, there she go trying to whore around again. I said, what again?
Whoa.
I said, yo, that's crazy. He said it out loud, too, in the middle of the video.
Oh, yeah, because Brent doesn't care. But,
Brent
yeah,
don't
no,
care,
Brent would probably ask something stupid or say something stupid, and Matt would probably already be in a bad mood and just be like, all of y'all are running.
Favorite music artist, current or all time?
Drake. I could listen to Drake all day.
Champagne Poppy,
Shout out
man.
Champagne Poppy. Follow me if you see this, please.
Hey, he beefing with Braun right now, but hey, I'm with you, fam.
I ain't worried about all of that. Shout me out.
I'm with you too.
The Maldives.
The Maldives?
Maldives, Africa.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
It's I saw it. I was following these YouTubers, and they went on a trip, and I was like, "That is beautiful. I gotta go." But it's very expensive to go out there.
Yeah. People who tap into the pod, they know I've always wanted to travel to Belize, man. I'm gonna make that happen one day for sure, though.
Oh yeah,
You ever heard of Belize?
I've heard of Belize. Yeah, have I ever looked at it for real?
Probably not.
No, but I've heard of Belize.
Yeah, man, I want to go to Belize one day, though.
Okay.
If you go into a gas station for snacks, what you walking out with?
Peanut M&Ms and a Coke.
See, bro, you had me at the M&Ms, but the Coke is nasty.
You don't like Coke?
Man, I don't drink Coke. I don't drink soda, period. I don't like Coke, Dr. Pepsi.
Dr. Pepsi?
Dr. Pepper, Pepsi.
Whoa.
All that. I don't like all that. That's nasty.
I love me a good Coke or a good Pepsi. I grew up on Pepsi, and I learned to love Coke.
Nah, bro, I'm a high C guy, man.
High C?
You don't drink high C?
No, high C is too sweet for me. Tastes like syrup.
Bro, you never had no good high C for real.
Yes, I have. I went to McDonald's when high C was high C'ing. But
You ever had Kool-Aid?
yeah,
Like,
love Kool-Aid.
Like, hold on.
Yes.
Like actual.
Like you don't measure the sugar. But yeah.
Okay.
I know how to make Kool-Aid. two packs of Kool-Aid, a shit ton of sugar.
What you pour first, the sugar or the water?
Huh?
I'm saying when you pour the water first, like what you pour the Kool-Aid.
I put the
pack
Kool-Aid packet, then the sugar.
Mm-mm.
You do the sugar, then the Kool-Aid pack?
Yeah.
I do it backwards.
Yeah, you crazy. If you're stranded on an island, what 3 things you making sure you got with you?
Shit, I don't know. Food, for sure.
Okay.
Because I'm a big back. I like to eat. A tent, because I don't do bugs. And a satellite phone. Like one of them big things. You take that. Yeah. Not one of these, because these ain't going to last on no island. But a satellite phone's going to last.
No, that's real. If you could look back and give your younger self advice, what could it be? Or what would it be?
Trust the process. I wanted stuff to happen way too fast for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I wanted to be this big tennis player. I wanted to be like the smartest in the room. I wanted to be the coolest in the like. It takes time. So like trust the process. It's all gonna be all right.
Yeah, man, that's real.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of my podcast. But before I let you leave, I've been doing this since I was a navigator this year actually.
Oh yeah.
I did this with the Voyagers.
My youngin' growing up.
Bro, I did this with the Voyagers, man. I used to always have them say like, "Let's be great today," like at least in my cabin.
Okay.
So can I get a "Let's be great" today from you before we end pod, man?
Let's be great today.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, brother. It's long overdue, man.
Oh
Good
yeah.
to see you, man.
We've been trying to get this together since last semester.
No, facts, bro. We've been busy, man. But all right, Laptop family, man, that's the end of the Silas Sandles episode. Y'all stay tuned. Friday, we got Piedmont Men's basketball player Israel Hall coming on the pod, man. And like I said, bro, let's be great today, man. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah.